I think yeah, 3 is pretty dead, but I think 4 was really good when it released as far as like tournaments and stuff. But the game was just kind of bad. It fell off quite
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But 2 has been always like I would say like the most popular game of the franchise, always going strong.
Yeah.
Like our
Yeah.
tournaments are
AoE 2
pretty
is the
big.
best game.
Yeah, 100%. Our tournaments are pretty big too. Like the price was decent because it's like 1v1s and it gets decent viewership, but we just don't have like a stage and a crowd yet. You know what I mean? It's very far
Yeah,
from
okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched your video when you came to Argentina with the fans.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was pretty nice.
that was by far the best moment for me in like as far as like a pro player because like I finally got like the vibe of like the crowd, you know. Before that, you just see them
Yeah.
in Twitch chat spamming emotes, which is cool too. But
Yeah.
seeing it IRL was crazy, and I can only imagine like playing on
Nice.
stage. Like you guys are what like touring Europe right now? You have tournaments everywhere pretty
Yeah,
much.
we're not
Right?
touring.
In Europe,
I mean-
we play like online, but after you qualify for the majors, then it's like you go to a country, there's the crowd and everything from the
Yeah.
world is there.
Do you know like Gamers 8?
Gamers 8? No, I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's like a big like tournament. It's like kind of new. It's like a Middle Eastern tournament, and basically we got one coming up in like a month or two. I don't know.
Oh wow.
In Riyadh. So yeah.
Oh, in Riyadh,
So
in
it's
Saudi
gonna be
Arabia.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's going to be very different. Very nice.
Wow.
It's crazy as well because like it's not only good for like the teams and the players, but the orgs get like a lot out of it as well now. Because for some reason, like the people, they're like, hey, whoever's organization has the most points throughout every single game that's at that tournament, the org will receive 5 million, and that's just like wow.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. They have like Rocket League, CS:GO, StarCraft, Dota,
Yeah.
Rainbow Six. They have everything. Yeah,
Yeah, they have a ton of games.
that's sick. Cause like that's a good atmosphere for you guys. Cause like you're playing your game, but I'm sure you guys know about other games you can like watch and shit in the free time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's really cool.
I'm waiting for AoE to be in Game Reset so we can play for G2 on AoE.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
G2 get us.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. I would love like we have like Gamer Legion as the only esports team here, but I would love for like
Yeah.
the bigger esports team to give us a chance. We're ready, you know, but we just need a chance to get there.
Yeah.
But the price pool for the other games are just like I'm looking at Rainbow Six 2 million. I'm looking at the other one, Dota's at 15 million. That's just crazy price pools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it does.
Dot is just crazy.
Yeah, that's like the real deal. Yeah, one day, man. One day, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully.
I'm cheering for AoE because I mean the game deserves so much. The game is awesome.
That's sick, bro. I love hearing you guys say that. That's honestly really cool. And you guys have been playing like these tournaments for how long now? Like, has it always been this big, or has it been growing?
7 years now on Rainbow Six.
And the tournaments
Yeah,
have
I mean,
always
at
been this
the-
big, or what?
At the beginning was a little bit small, like
I think it took like a year or two, right, Carl? Like a year after the game came out.
2-3 years, and then like we started to have like the biggest tournaments like 6 Invitational, like came like to 1 million prize pool, and then like other majors like 500K prize pool, and like you have like 3 or 4 during the years, like a lot of tournaments, so it became quite big after like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Oh wow, sick. That's awesome, man. And who's your biggest competition? Are you guys like the top team, or is it like pretty close?
Honestly, I'll say like Europeans and Brazilian teams top competition.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, we just won like the world tournament, which was pretty crazy.
We won in February, like the
Yeah.
biggest tournament,
Oh.
and then we lost like the last world tournament because it
Yeah,
was
it's like a major.
May.
Sorry, it
It's
was.
like a major, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's not the biggest tournament because like the biggest tournament is always like in February, you know, it's like
Okay.
6 Invitational.
Yeah.
So every single February they have the 6 Invitational. So we won this one, and then they have like 3 majors each year, or like 2 majors now, and then it's like May and November, and it's like a small world tournament, you know.
Yeah.
And then we lost to a Brazilian team like this last event.
Ooh, but I mean, you say you lost, but second place is still decent, no? That's pretty good.
No, we came like
Yeah, we came
what
like
was it?
4 or 5. We lost.
Okay,
we lost to the second place team.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got fifth on the position.
And how does your how does your schedule? I'm asking these questions. I don't mean to be annoying, but I just love like esports,
Nice,
and
nice.
I don't have the chance to talk to like pros too often. But how does your schedule look like when you're preparing for these majors?
Like right now, for example, I think we're gonna play in 1 month probably. So right now, because there's not a lot of tournaments right now for every team, we can't find much practice. But usually it's around like 1 p.m. to 7, 8 p.m. So like 6 hours a day
Oh
of
Uh,
wow.
practice.
today was like we finished at 9 p.m. today, so
Oh
it can
okay.
vary.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's basically
But like
a full time job of scrimming.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
but
we
like
do like theory, screaming,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff.
yeah.
And
But like I think for the event, like 1 week before, we go to the boot camp in Berlin, you know. So everybody goes to Berlin so we can practice together because then you focus more.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and I've done exactly one boot camp in my life with a couple friends,
That's nice.
and it changed the atmosphere a lot. Like it's really really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
atmosphere is nice.
Yeah.
bro. Imagine being boot camping on AOE, Jake. That would be so fun. Holy shit. That'd be so fun.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun because I mean I don't know much about Rainbow Six, but I imagine it's very in depth. But in AoE, like there's 42 civs, 43 now, and like there's like 12 maps per tournament, so there's a lot to think about, you know.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Yeah,
but I imagine it's like very similar depth to Rainbow Six.
yeah,
and the bands and all that stuff. When
Oh
I watch
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
play,
yeah,
like the 4v4s with like Aftermath versus Game of Legion and
yeah.
stuff. That was fun to watch, man. Like you guys doing the bands and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
so
That's
much
crazy.
going into it. Yeah, and to be honest, like most of the time, you don't even get perfect drafts either. Like you get a draft and you're like, okay, I made a couple mistakes, but you work with it because like your opponent also
Yeah,
like knows what to take and stuff. So you always have to like adapt on the fly, which is really cool.
That's so nice, bro, to hear. Holy shit. Because I feel like the experience from like the different games is always the same. Like, because you always like face the similar stuff, but in different realms. You know. So like it's two different games, two different like strategies, but you kind of have like to master the same thing. You know, the same concept of like this can work against this if, for example, and then we can use this bonus for this and blah blah. You know, it's very similar to Siege, I think, in some sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, we usually how it works is like we narrow every map to like 5 to 6 civs, and then we just try to figure out like, okay, which civ works the best against whatever he's going for, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like matchup talk and just little things that you have to focus on, which is
Yeah,
really cool.
and how it works the pick ban when you guys are doing?
Well, usually in most tournaments now, it's like you just take turns picking. So there's like you pick first the maps, so you know what maps you're playing. It's the best of 7. You pick like 7 maps, and then you pick the civs. So I pick one civ, he picks 2, I pick 2, and then at the end there's like a snipe. So I take away one of his civs, he takes away one of mine, and
Yeah,
usually before you start picking, there's like 2 3 bans as well. So yeah, it's so half of the game is the drafting basically. It's really
yeah,
important.
and then like when goes to the match, like you guys have like 7 maps to play. How it works for you guys to pick the sieve? Like you
It
can see what sieve the guy is gonna play or what?
No, it's hidden. So I pick one of my
Okay,
7 civs. He picks one of his, and it's
okay,
hidden. So we don't know.
and
Yeah,
then you pretty much have like to imagine which sieve is gonna pick for that map. Like
exactly.
use kind of like a mind game.
It's a mind game. Yeah, but you usually
But but
could
but but
tell.
but then he can expect what you're gonna think of him, and then he can change to counter you what you're gonna do. So
Of course.
basically,
Yeah.
it's a big mind game.
Exactly. There's a lot that goes into it. You got it right.
That is
Like,
so nice.
yeah,
That is so nice.
the strongest players are usually the ones that are not predictable. Like they pick like 2 3 civs, like very flexible in the draft, so you don't know where they're gonna play it and what they're gonna play.
Yeah, so it's hard to prep the strategy for the match, and then you
Exactly.
have like to adapt on the fly basically.
Yeah, and like usually how it works is I'll prep like 2 3 like important matchups, but then if I get another matchup in the tournaments, then I have to just completely adapt, and that's obviously where the skill comes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's very similar to Siege because like in the past, the best teams, you will know which maps you're gonna play in the match.
Yeah.
But it's still you couldn't beat the team because he was so good on that map, you know.
Okay.
But right now is more like about this like you can't predict which map is gonna be because the good top tier teams are good on every map, you know. And then you can like surprise the team with each map you're gonna play, and that's the big difference as well, you know, because the bad teams don't have all the maps, so you can
Okay.
always predict the map you're gonna play, and then that's the difference as well.
That's really cool. So like the strongest teams are the ones that are the most
More
versatile, basically.
variety, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Damn, that's awesome, man. And yeah, just another couple questions. If you guys don't have like major tournaments and you don't have much to practice for, what do you guys do? Do you have to continue playing regardless to stay in shape, or do you guys have like a lot of time off, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think we usually have like 1 week or 2 weeks off, like between tournaments.
Okay.
Depends, because we have like the online main league, which is like the European League, which is like for
Ah,
one month and a half, and then we have to do well on that league so we can make to the major, you know.
so it's a
So
full
like,
time, like all year round.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a full time all the year, but we of course we take like 1 to 2 weeks breaks between the tournaments because you always have a period to take a break.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's really good.
But also like of course like you always like take a little bit of time on your free time to play like a little bit of the game so you don't like you're not crusty, you know. You're
Yeah,
always like in shape.
100%. You have to stay in
Yeah.
shape. And
But it is
yeah.
but it's the thing I told you before, like it's hard to do in Siege because no one is enjoying the game anymore. And then it's just like go against your own will, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So you're if you're not playing the competitive, it's just not as fun, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun at all, bro. It's like two different games.
See that's what Age of Empires has, man. We talked about it earlier, but Age of Empires is still fun. Like I can play it all year round, tournament or nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just fun.
because people on high level have the same micro, like a good micro,
Yeah, yeah.
the strategy, they understand about the sieves, like what counters what, so you can always practice in a ranked game.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in Siege is different because like this complete different game from ranked, like comp scene is actually crazy.
And how many viewers do the league get? Like I imagine like the European League isn't like a LAN event; it's just like a weekly thing. Does it get a lot of viewers
Yeah,
on Twitch or what?
I think how much it was getting, like 15K.
15K?
The Pro League season, like normal season,
Yeah,
it can go from like 15K to like 25K on the main Twitch channel.
Okay, that's pretty solid. Yeah.
And then there's like Brazilian and Italian, different languages stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know in total.
yeah, and like the good stuff about like Rainbow Six right now is because like we're having tournaments on every single region. So like Ubisoft is very nice to this because they like to put other regions on the competitive scene. So
I
we
love
have
that.
like
Yeah.
we have like South APAC, North APAC, like the Middle East now, which includes like North Africa as well. That's crazy. So like you have live stream every single day from every single region. So like for example,
Wow.
Tuesdays are like Europe, Wednesdays are Brazil, Thursdays are like North America, and then every day you have stream.
See that's
Of course, like
yeah, that's what AoE is missing because by doing that you're developing all the regions to compete basically.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
sick. That's really cool.
that's really nice.
That lets you also host tournaments in different parts of the world, which is also like pretty huge, I'd
Yeah,
imagine. Damn.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we have the dates. Not the dates, but like the places. I think the next major is gonna be in USA, and the sixth invitation in February is gonna be in Brazil.
Wow. Yeah, that's really
It's gonna be
cool.
pretty awesome.
Nice, man. That's sick. Yeah, for us, we have like LAN events happening, but usually it's hosted by different people. So like usually it's always in Europe, and there's no other place in the world where AoE gets like LAN events regularly. So it's
Yeah,
something I hope for the
but like
future.
it's not a company of the game that makes the events. It's like different companies that come to AOE to make a tournament.
Well, how it
Yeah.
works is like it's like Microsoft funds the prize pool for tournaments, so they'll
Okay.
give like the 100K for like the big tournament, but they give it to the person hosting, which is usually an individual streamer. So like we have like three or
Okay.
four tournament hosts that host the event, but they get the money from Microsoft. The problem with that though is that it's very confusing where to go watch. Like for you guys, if you give me the channel of the league, I'll watch every week on the same channel. Very easy to follow. But
Yeah.
for AoE, it's you come in, you start watching one guy. Next tournament,
Is missing
yeah,
one main channel basically.
exactly. But the problem is, this has been going on for too long, so there's no way to centralize it without either investing like millions, like Microsoft has to invest millions to like organize something, or
Yeah.
you're gonna have to bring all like the different hosts and casters together, which is like one will benefit more than the other, so no one will really ever agree to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So we're in a bit of a weird spot, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds, of course. Because like we have a lot of good things, but there's also a few bad things that kind of prevent us from moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, from AOE Compson, I only know like Viper because I also watch his videos, and also MBL. I think is from your
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his
There's
friend.
NBL, Yo, Heart.
Heart, you
those
know
people.
Heart? Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay. He's on the all right. He's on the global scene now. He's international. All right.
Uh,
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
But I always love to watch you versus the Vipers, the classical for me.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we played a ton of finals together.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that I like when I first got like good results. I lost to him like all the time. Like I lost like 3, 4 finals in a row to him. So he's definitely
Holy shit.
yeah. The mental damage that does is kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
I was able to push through luckily.